You heard somebody coming in here? Was that you that was just trying to walk up here? Are you coming upstairs, up that staircase? Man, I can feel the energy. Was that you that was approaching me from behind? I'm literally shivering right now. Are you tapping this chair? Whoa. That was freaking crazy. Please feel free to communicate with us as we navigate through this building, okay? Don't be shy. So let's start. We'll just keep making lefts, Heather. So this room, I think this is the resting area, right? There's like there's lockers, there's a refrigerator room. So there's not much in this room, not much, at least what we've been told. So I also want to let you guys know that we've had static cameras going for roughly 2 hours now. We set up static cameras and then took off and got something to eat. So we're hoping that whatever was left behind, whatever decided to make their appearance or vocalize, we capture that on our devices.
Before leaving the building, we placed 3 static cameras in different rooms. The static camera that you see here was placed against the eastern wall in the room that connects to Kingsley Old's cell. Another static camera was placed at the base of the pusher stairwell and was positioned to face the ascending steps. The last static camera was placed centrally at the entrance of Bunk 2, facing most of the cells. While nothing out of the ordinary was captured on any of the static cameras during the extent of our investigation, each static camera managed to capture unexplained sounds, possible disembodied voices, and even strange and mysterious music. The following segment will showcase a few of those audio anomalies captured by the static cameras during our initial setup and while we were out and away from the building. The segment will conclude with the static camera that managed to capture the strange and mysterious music. Please leave comments and let us know what you think of any of these audible anomalies.
That one right there?
I don't know. Let's just go up there and calibrate.
No, that's fine. You're good. That one right there?
I don't know. Let's just go up there and calibrate.
No, that's fine. You're good.
After returning to the location, we explored and documented every accessible area of the building in an attempt to communicate with resident spirits. The full lighted sweep of the jail began in Bunk 1 and concluded in Kingsley Old Cell. To save time, the remaining part of this video is a compilation of segments that showcase an abbreviated version of our lighted sweep and the NightVision investigation that I conducted right after, which mainly consists of a plethora of unexplained audible anomalies captured during filming.
Seems pretty quiet right now. Of course, we're only on the first level. Did you hear that? That sounded like a cry. Hoping we got that on camera, or on audio. Thought I may have heard her voice. I thought I maybe heard footsteps above us. Alright, so this is Heather's favorite part, is actually going into the cell block. Starting, we're gonna go left because we're gonna save. Okay, that creeped me out right there for a second. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
What'd you hear?
Like someone coming in.
You heard somebody coming in here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're really sensitive tonight, aren't you? Look at that. It looks like a sketch of an alien. That's cool. Here's the third cell on the first floor, and if there's anybody in the cell with us, please give us a sign of your presence. What was that? This guy's been resting for quite some time now. I don't blame him. That's really all you can do when you're incarcerated. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we've already went on the outskirt of the bunker. We keep making lefts, we'll eventually be out of this place. So Heather and I are going to continue. This time we're going to make our way up the staircase, heading towards cell block 2. This is Heather's favorite cell block. It says Blue Book. Blue Book for the Pacific Reporter, 19th edition. Did you just hear that? That was crazy. Can you tell if it was on the first level or the second level? Let's go figure it out. So Heather and I just listened to what sounded like scraping of metal, maybe footsteps. So we're gonna go up these stairs and check it out. Because that's what we do. Is there anybody up here with us right now? Thank you for giving us a sign of your presence. I see we're going to keep making lefts, but if I do that, we would be up there first. Huh? All right, so we're gonna go into Bunk 2 or Tank 2. And we're gonna keep making our left. That was crazy. I'm hoping we captured it in our audio. So it's at this point right here is when we heard those girls laughing with Bowen and Madison.
That was weird. Like when you turn around, it's starting to push your back. That was weird. Like when you turn around, it's starting to push your back.
So we're going to continue. So this is the room I have some devices going. So if you're in the cell, can you engage one of these devices? Give us a sign that you're here right now. Okay, so we're going to enter the actual... Come on. So this, by far, was the most active floor, especially within this area, and in this cell block, or actually this cell. We'll be there in a moment. We're going to go in each one and work our way to the most active one. And move on. I'm going to push that LED ball on the floor away from me so we don't step on it. So I'm going to kick this over there. Feel free to interact with that ball like I just did. Just gave you an example of how you would be able to interact with it. They call me Devil of Hell. Man, can you imagine how loud this was when they was holding these prisoners?
Can you imagine how many laws they probably broke in here with the prisoners?
You think they broke laws? There's shady shit going on there anywhere you go, Heather. All right, so we're gonna go into this. All right, so this is where all the magic happened on our initial visit. I mean, I see that you're affecting this device, or you're reaching out and interacting with it, so thank you for that, but can you do a little more? Okay, so okay. Can you show yourself?
Is there a spirit taking a nap right there?
Wow. Are you lying on this bed? This bed frame? You're definitely not scared of all being in the same room together.
Well, not after being probably shoved in here with 3 other people.
Wow, this is crazy. I don't see any source that would cause this gauge go like that.
No, plus it's like going up and back down on its own. It's not like it's changing with you moving it.
Okay, so as we're speaking, there's something touching my ear. Was that you that just touched my ear? Wait, what's going on?
Nothing.
Do you feel something? So we're going to enter the room where the pusher staircase is at. This is where our tour guide, Molly, was telling us that some people feel like they're being pushed or touched as they ascend or descend the staircase. So, just as you all know, there's a lead ball right there. There's a lead ball right here. There's also a lead ball toy down there on that stair. Right. So this is the storage room. Now, my memory tells me, or from what I remember, objects have been thrown at people that's walked through this before. So if you decide to do that to us during our stint in this room, make sure it's a soft toss.
This was for the children.
This was for the children? The children board?
Yeah, because they were putting the children with the women, and the women were no better than the men. So this was the, I guess you would say, the jail for the children.
Okay.
I committed crimes.
Did you just hear that?
The crunch?
No, I heard downstairs. I heard it sounded like a giant tapping sound. Like, I don't know. Just maybe, hopefully I got that on audio. If you were the one that was trying to get my attention or our attention when Bo and I were walking through here on the initial visit, could you attempt to talk to us again? I heard you saying, hey.
Really? What, you heard it or felt it?
Yes, that's why I'm like
We heard it.
freaking out. This is worse than the second jail cell.
They literally came up between us and was,
Okay.
That's creepy.
yep.
What?
That. It's really great.
What? There's a deer target in there. Wonder
There's
if I can
a
take that.
non-unisex mannequin.
We're going to make the descension down the third level steps down to the second level. Take 2. That pretty much completes, well, actually, no, it doesn't complete. We didn't go into, so we're going to go in here and keep making laps. We're going to go into
God damn it, I hate when it does that.
So there's some spikes right here. Is there somebody standing right here in front of us? Yeah. We're gonna go back down and take a little break. So. What was that? Yeah. Not sure. Yeah, so it's gonna power off in a few seconds. Okay, so I am back. We had just completed the tour in light mode. Now I'm in night vision, and I'm going to take the tour in night vision mode. I will be doing this alone. Proceeding down. I think this is... Okay, good. Pretty quiet in the jail tonight. Don't let me scare you off. So I'm in this cell here, alone. So if you want to interact with me, please do so. So, as far as energy is concerned, I don't really feel anything right now. So it's really strange. I did just get some goosebumps right here as I'm walking, but I'm just ignoring them. Were you the one that just bumped into me and gave me goosebumps? I thank you for that, if that was you communicating with me, if that was a form of communication. So I'm in the shower room right now. I'm sure this wasn't a pleasant experience when you had to clean and use the potty. Was it really bad to have to be subject to taking care of your personal things in this room while others were within eye's view? Yeah, here I am getting a cold breeze again. I mean, I am just, it's definitely not warm walking through this. So I'm gonna make way to the second floor. So I'm coming up to the second floor. I ask you kindly to prepare to interact with me. Whoa. So this darker. Okay, good. Okay. Man, it is freezing cold up here. Was that you that was just trying to walk up here? That is crazy. If that was you, thank you for that. is crazy. I just heard footsteps, and it sounded like it was coming up the stairwell, or stairwell. Are you coming upstairs, up that staircase? It almost sounds like these cords are being moved. Were you moving these cords? Crazy. All right, continuing on. Yeah. Floor 2 definitely has a different feeling than floor 1. It's no joke. It is pitch dark up here, guys. Man, I can feel the energy, and I'm just not sensitive to things like that. But man, it's actually kind of exciting. And super creepy at the same time. I literally hear footsteps coming down this hallway. Was that you that was approaching me from behind? From my understanding, this is also a very rough place to be in during the winters and summers, for obvious reasons. There was no heating accommodations during the winter, and there was no cooling accommodations during the summer. Okay, so there's a static camera right here that I've set up. So I'm going to be using my light to get around so I don't trip on it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm in the actual cell block now. So I'm gonna go into this first one here and not hit the wall, hopefully not hit the wall. So the last time I was up on our first investigation here, on a couple occasions it felt like I was walking through spider webs, the feeling of walking through spider webs, and I've actually also got my ears touched a couple of times too, which I thought was very strange. To this day, I can't really figure that out. But so far, I haven't got those experiences yet. I guess I'm okay with it not happening. So I'm approaching the second cell. Interesting, I just smelled like a whiff of spearmint or peppermint. Strange. Oh my God, and it's freaking freezing in here. I'm literally shivering right now. Are you in here with me right now? It got really cold in here, guys. No joke. It's freaking freezing in here. I do have the K2 meter now. Looks like I'm heading into another shower room, which is the last room on the left. Whoa. That was crazy. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that, but it felt like something touched my leg. Did you just touch my leg? I mean, I don't know. I can't tell, but it did feel like something hit my leg. And I'm like standing basically in the middle of the room, and even that chair, even if it was a chair, my leg where it was hit, where it touched, is higher level than that, the seat part of that chair. And this gauge is going off. Are you in this room with me right now? Did you just touch my leg? Huh. I don't know. I'm just gonna chalk that as just unexplained. Here's that sink again. Just completely fascinated by that sink, or those sinks, both sinks actually. I am getting some readings here. And I'm approaching what I would say is one of the most active rooms I've ever been in inside this building. But so far, the energy level is not even near the same as it was when we first, investigated this building. So I'm back in the room. This is where all the magic took place last time we were here. Is there a reason why you're not as active tonight as you were the last time we were here? If that was you that knocked on the door or the wall, thank you for that. Okay, that was me. That was me. I just set that off because I put my arm on the... Okay, you can stop now. Will you move away from that if that's you doing that? Oh God. This gauge is going crazy too now. Are you down here on the floor, on the bottom bunk here? If I remember correctly, there's a LED ball somewhere over here. Yeah, there he is right there. There should be one back here in the corner too. I think it's right there against that wall. I also heard that. Thanks for doing that. You just tapped on the wall. That was a pretty heavy tap. I also saw that this K2 meter in my left hand, or this device in my left hand, you approached that as well. I think before I go up to floor 3, I'm going to remain on floor 2. I'm going to jokingly call it 2.5. No, I do see this gauge going off, and I've noticed it's been going off for a while. Is there anybody standing here right now? So I'm triggering that right now, so you'll see that there's a... But this K2 meter sitting right there seems to be going off quite a lot. At least every time we've been up on this floor. I'm not Shady. I just heard a female's voice. And I hope I got that on audio. Did you just try to talk to me? I think I heard you saying something to me. Just make sure I'm not stepping on any. Probably get my flashlight out right here. So you'll notice as I'm getting my flashlight, that K2 meter down there at the end there is going off again. So I'm going to keep this on while I make my way towards Kingsley's cell block. Just got a big blast of chill just hit my face. So if you have what it takes to build enough energy to give us a little more clues or maybe details on what happened with the girls, please feel free to do so, and definitely can do it by speaking into this red light on this device that I'm holding in my right hand. But man, I did feel like a cold blast as I was entering the cell block during that through that doorway right there. I don't feel the same cold level, but I know from experience if I go into the cell, if it's anything like last time, the temperature will rise 5 to 10 degrees. So it's a little warmer, but it's not 5 to 10 degrees warmer this time. But it is a little warmer though. I can say that, confirm that there is something strange and off about the fact that on the outside perimeters of this cell, it's cooler, and then when you go inside, it's warmer. I don't know if that's ever going to be explained. So Kingsley, you know what? I am going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to pull this chair up and sit next to you. And maybe you can share some of your experiences. That must have been devastating to be well, not really devastating, but being accused of taking the lives of 2 girls, that you were their caretaker, if you really didn't do it. That's horrible to be accused of something like that. So I'm going to sit here with you, and like I said, feel free to interact with me. I am actually going to bring my K2 meter out, and if it goes, you know, I am going to use this device. So you're going to see lights going off. It's going crazy in the other room. Is that you in the other room? Are you interacting with that gauge? Continue to do that. That's crazy. So that that K2 meter is going off like crazy in the hallway that leads to Kingsley's cell. Just a moment ago. You probably didn't see the lights because of this IR lighting or night vision. It's probably not going to show you what I just witnessed, but it's definitely going off. There's a device, a friendly device that's not going to harm you, that's on the cot. That's on this mannequin, the replica of you. So feel free to touch that device. It'll turn different colors and it will give an indication that you're making the attempt to communicate with me. I want to give Kingsley a few more moments to make that decision on whether he wants to communicate with me or not. Kingsley, did you murder those two girls on that fateful day? So I'm sitting here and it just in my face area, like it is starting to get a little cooler, but I'm not sure what that's all about, but I don't feel any different, just the fact that it's getting cooler. I don't know if it's because I'm just not moving around, so. I'm not sure. All right, Kingsley. Well, I think I've given you enough time to take the initiative and attempt to communicate. So if you were, or if you did communicate with me and was telling me something that I didn't hear with my naked ears, I'm certainly going to pick it up on my audio on this device that I'm holding. And I want to thank you for your attempt to communicate. So I'm hoping I got some information that I was looking for. So yeah, I'll end it at that. I am gonna grab this meter though, probably turn it off and. Did you just hit that bar? Did you tap that bar for me? Because I know I didn't touch that bar. Is that a way for you to say, thanks for visiting? Could you do that again? I don't know if my camera's pointing in that direction when I heard that. Well, thank you if that was you. I really appreciate it. Oh. Are you tapping this chair? Were you tapping this chair? Thank you. Gave me the creeps a bit, but thank you. If that was you, I appreciate it. Definitely was not something that I could have made. Ooh, I think I just captured something move across the screen right there. All right, so I'm going to leave your cell, okay? Just to make sure I didn't drop anything, because it was definitely something tapping this chair. Like, seriously? I didn't drop anything. I don't have anything dangling out of my pockets that would have caused it to tap the chair. Like a wire or something. So, All right, I'm gonna move on here. All right, Kingsley, it was nice visiting with you. Thank you for communicating with me if that was you. So I'm gonna continue on. So looks like I completed level 2.5, and there's that K2 meter still going off over there. That is just absolutely incredible, actually. All right, so I'm gonna be leaving this area right now. I want to thank everybody that was involved that was trying to communicate with me. I appreciate it. And Especially the one standing in front of the, this room right here. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna go probably to the most place or an area that I'm not looking forward to. It's not really the location or the area, it's the process in which I have to get to the area, and that's going up this, they call it the pusher staircase. Oh, I see. Are you standing on the staircase right now? Are you going to be nice to me as I walk up? I think there was a... Yeah, there's a LED ball right there. All right, so I'm gonna make my way towards the storage room. I know I think there's a step, no, even step, okay. So I'm gonna keep my flashlight on as I make a descension down this slope. Whoa. That was freaking crazy. All right. So, for some stories about this building, or this storage room, some stories about things being thrown. Well, if you did try to communicate with me, or if you did communicate with me and I didn't hear it, I want to thank you. Thanks for letting me visit your room. Until next time. All right, probably gonna go take a little break. Go back down here. I see the camera's still running. It's definitely a beautiful building and lots of history, and I'm sure there's lots of violence and all that. Just a sad building, but I had to do what I had to do, right? So I'm going through here again.
There's no denying that the 1910 Sheriff's Office and Jail in Globe, Arizona justified its purpose during its 70-plus years in operation. The fact of the matter is that it continues to serve as a stark reminder that its brutal and boorish confines were not intended to provide hospitality for those that spent any amount of time during incarceration. To this day, the building remains intriguing as we encountered numerous unexplained experiences that continue to baffle us. These defining moments are precisely why we engage in our work, to investigate and document locations, thereby contributing to their history. This was just another one of our eerie explorations.